Hi guys, my name is Noni Matikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I want us to talk about Friday morning. How is that looking like for you? Because I'm gonna tell you what is Friday morning looking like for me in that courtroom of Judge Ratamukwatling. I'm gonna tell you this is what I put up together. I said Friday could explode. Will Buthelezi stand his ground or will Judge Rata back off? What's going to happen, guys? What is going to happen? So, guys, Friday is not just another sitting in the Senzo Meyiwa Meda trial. Friday is the day we finally see whether this courtroom of Judge Ratamukwatling is dealing with a witness who is refusing to answer questions or a witness who is refusing to be forced into words he says we were never his. And that distinction is everything, right? So remember this. On Monday, Judge Ratamukwatling invoked Section 189 against defense witness Kanselani Buthelezi. But here is the problem. Buthelezi was not refusing to answer any questions. He was not refusing to speak completely. He was answering questions. He was engaging. He was participating. The moment the problem started was when the state tried to push him into the contents of a disputed statement. That is where Buthelezi drew the line. And he basically said, I will answer what I know. I will answer what I said, but I will not validate a statement that I say was created by police and placed before me to sign. I'm not doing that. That's what he said. So Friday morning, we expect the judge to go straight into that issue. Did Buthelezi get legal advice? That's the other issue that we need to deal with, that we expect to hear from Uguti. Did he get the legal advice? And how did he do that? Who is that legal advisor? Is he now prepared to answer Judge Rata? Will he continue standing his ground? What's going to happen? Like, I'm looking forward to all of that drama because I know it can be dramatic in that courtroom of Judge Rata. But the real bombshell is this. If Buthelezi comes back and says, I will answer every question, but I will answer. Okay, Ati, I will answer every question, but my answer is still no. I never said that. Then Section 189 becomes very difficult to use against him because disagreeing with a statement is not the same as refusing to answer. The state may want him to adopt the statement. The judge may want the proceedings to move in that direction, but a witness cannot be bullied into confirming words he says are not his. That is the law he must apply. That is the law he must apply. Now, that is where the courtroom could explode because we know how Judge Rata is. He may get angry. He may adjourn. Because if Buthelezi keeps saying that is not what I told Gininda, then the spotlight shifts away from him and lands directly on the statement itself. Who wrote that statement? Was it read back to him? No. Did he understand it? No. He understood what was coming out of his mouth. Was he allowed to correct it? No. Was he pressured to sign? No. And most importantly, why is the state fighting so hard for this particular statement? What's inside there? It's just that Buthelezi is making it impossible for us to hear what's inside that statement because now we are curious. That is why Friday is dangerous, Kesana. Because if Buthelezi stands firm, the issue is no longer just about him. It becomes about Gininda. It becomes about the credibility of the investigation. It becomes about whether the state is trying to rescue paperwork that the witness himself is rejecting under oath. So watch Judge Rata closely. Does he allow the defense to speak? That's what we want to see. Does he allow Buthelezi to explain himself properly? We want to see that. Does he continue treating rejection of a disputed statement as if it is contempt of court? We are going to be here because those are the things that we are going to watch out for from Judge Rata's side. Because legally and morally, those are not the same thing. Friday could expose everything. If Buthelezi falls, the state gets the breathing room. But if Buthelezi stands his ground and simply answers, no, I never said that, over and over again, then the state has a serious problem because they cannot force truth out of a statement. They must prove it. And on Friday, we may find out whether this courtroom wants the truth or whether it only wants Buthelezi to surrender to the state's version. This is no longer just cross-examination. This is a battle over whether a defense witness can be punished for refusing to validate a statement he says was never his. If that endorsement is not there, what's going to happen tomorrow? If that endorsement from Buthelezi is not there, how is Judge Ratha going to react? Friday is going to be a pressure test, and if Buthelezi does not break, the entire Genida statement may start collapsing in an open court, and that is the fear all of them have. That is why you see them dramatic. They are all acting so dramatic because they know. Oh, they know. Sanalam, they know. Oh, Jesus Christ, they know. They know that Buthelezi is not a pushover. And I pray that he's going to stand his ground again Friday morning. I pray he stands his ground. In fact, I want him to do that, to say, okay, let's do the statement. And then Sibanda continues to read. And then Buthelezi says, I never said that. Sibanda, I don't know anything about that. I never said that. I never said that. Up until the statement is done, I want Buthelezi to go on and say, I did not say that. I did not say that. I did not say that. I did not say that, until it's done. And then when they are done, what is Judge Ratha going to do? Lotho. What is Judge Ratha left with? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, because right now, it looks like Judge Ratha wants Buthelezi to forcefully endorse Ugeninda, and Buthelezi is refusing. And Judge Ratha is not going to win with that thing of trying to make those accused fight. Not going to win. Oh, there's no win for him there. And also, it's not working out for the state also. I pray that this guy, Usibanda, is just going to be quick, be done, so that we can deal with every exam, because that's what I'm looking forward to. And I pray that they do it and the Conselani leaves. Then we wait for after a recess, first, because we'll still be continuing with Ndanzi's, Ndanzi's case, where we are going to call, we still want Capitec, most right? Still want Capitec. We still have that 2 other retired police officials. Yep, and new developments. Yes, we're waiting on all of those things now. So I don't know what are your thoughts about Friday morning, but I'm here thinking, you know what? There's something else that I'm forgetting. Judge Ratha, for that matter, angabuya sengasazi nendaba ka-189. You guys are aware of that, ne? But this man can come back not knowing about 189. You do realize that he can come back not knowing anything about Section 189, Judge Ratha. Angabuya ngayazi, angabuya sithi, what? Yes, Sibanda, what's happening? Where did we end? Nas, that is how he operates, guess that. Do not get shocked if he comes back and he knows absolutely nothing about 189. He moves as if 189 was never said, and Usibanda finalizing a cross-examination yake, and then it's re-exam. I promise you, don't get surprised. Oh, the other issue that I said was controversial for me. Judge Ratha is one person who is always who's always asking, are you available? Can we work over the recess a week? He did not say that now. Oh, Sanalam, he did not say that. Or he can come back, forgot about 189, and also asking people if they can work 1 week over a recess so that they can finalize case Kandanzi, and then they move to accused number 3 straight when they come back. Mark my words. Oh, my words, angafike engasayazi sekathethe ezinye izinto. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Thank you so much. I'll see you on our next video. Please share my comments lapho ku comment section. Bye bye.